estate is all about location, location, location. Could you give us some insights on your site selection?
As a real estate developer, we are not just in the business of selling, but it is also about replenishment, and we must be good at both. We are always ahead of the curve in terms of seeing something that we can create value and add value, and also see the fine grain to create a differentiated product. Why Upperhouse at Orchard Boulevard? It is not just any CCR site. It is a crown jewel of Orchard Road. This is the most coveted site in Orchard Road. There is none other like this that is released from the government land sale. It is in a Tier 1 location, framed by good class bungalow. This unique site attribute gives us the opportunity to create a highly sought after development, capitalizing on the view and the address. Look at the view. You will not imagine that you are in Orchard Road. You are in Orchard Road and yet with all-round views at two fronts. We believe we have the first mover advantage of going back to the CCR region. We like sites that are standalone. It means we don't have to compete with the rest. So we think there are a number of attributes that attracted us to this site. The all-round view, no competition, and which luxury project has an MRT station at its doorstep.
So besides being perfectly located, we also often hear you describe Upperhouse at Orchard Boulevard as being perfectly positioned. Could you elaborate on that?
It is not just about Orchard Road. Our vision is also about the placemaking of Orchard Road. Singapore is a city in transformation. As a core mainstream developer, we believe we must bring our city to the next level of vibrancy and attractiveness. Besides Nomad, UOL also opened Pan Pacific Orchard, which was voted the world's most beautiful hotel in 2024. With all this, we place icons that are world-class standard in Orchard Road.
With that, could we go into the essence of today's conversation titled Luxury Remastered? Could you share your thoughts on why you think Upperhouse is luxury remastered?
It is a sequel. We did Mayor House, the state of the art. We call it the Nassim of the East. Wharton House is likewise a conviction of luxury offering. So here we have Upperhouse at Orchard Boulevard. To me, it is an uplift to the next level. It is called Upperhouse because of its elevated 35-story. It is the highest of its end, and that's why we call it luxury remastered. You see us moving from dedicated to creating a masterpiece to luxury remastered. This is where we want to push luxury in all ways and to set us apart. First, when you look at the double volume in the show flat behind you, it is the PVC remastered. We saw this scheme by the architect and we thought it was a very clever move to create a PVC construction of a new era, putting it into a double volume living space. If we look at the well-being aspect, this is where I call the botanical villa. It is overlooking the One Tree Hill. So wellness is also pushed to a luxury remastered level. The ID provision, as you have seen, is also luxury remastered. We are offering a project which is very well spec'd with high amenity and high livability. Finally, we took a leaf of what we did in Mayor House with regards to dedicated car park. For the 31 unit, there are 4-bedroom suites. We think a person who wants to experience this Orchard Road lifestyle would want to have a dedicated car park. Now, in every global city, there's always one very sought after address. Singapore's sought after address has to be Orchard Road. Where do we benchmark? In London, there's one Hyde Park because of its location near Hyde Park. Upperhouse at Orchard Boulevard because it is very near our very own botanical garden. Billionaire Row in New York as it is very near Central Park. There is always one coveted and most desired address. Upperhouse at Orchard Boulevard can fit that for a world-class city.
So what is your take on the timelines of this private preview?
Property is about timing. What is happening now is that deals are happening in Singapore due to its safe haven status. Moreover, luxury homes are increasingly seen as value-preserving assets amidst the economic uncertainty. People are moving towards flight to safety. So I can see the time has come for us to launch Upperhouse at Orchard Boulevard. At the same time, the time has come also because of the high compression of price gap between RCR and CCR new launches. You can now buy a CCR new launch almost at the same price as a RCR. What we are pitching now is this. For a very sought after product like this that is so passionately curated, I believe we'll be pricing it quite reasonably too. And more so, you'll see later that when we release the price list, it is the quantum sum that is going to be very attractive. It is very attractive to be able to hold a piece of real estate that is resilient in its highest level because you are in the most coveted location, even in Orchard Road of Singapore.